Peace. Want to make sure my mic sound nice. Y'all know the m.reck room etiquette. This is spooky hours. Hold on. Salute to the rec mob. Run the lights up. Let me know if my mic sound nice. We gonna get right to it, man. Your man Bird, man. Get gets that Joe Button for calling NBA young boy trash. NBA young boy goes off on Joe Button. Yeah, you can call me up on that. We're gonna get to that. But we here for this spooky hours. Salute to the rec mob. I appreciate y'all being patient and you know and running the lights up, man. We got 95 people in the room real quick in less than a minute. Run the lights up soon you come in the room. But let's get right to it. Call me up with your spooky stories. 310-598-2974. Salute, homie. He said, m.reck, you sound like you on a mixtape on an outro song. Salute. That's a good thing. I love the way mixtapes sound, especially when the DJ got a good mic. You know what I mean? Let's get to it. I see Jamie Prosana is in here. Key to T, as always. V Trill, Jose, Candace, G. Let's get to these spooky stories, y'all. Let me put the number on the screen. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call Malcolm because Malcolm called me during the week when I did a live. I forgot about the man. I'll be everywhere, but anyhow, I did a live this week, and Malcolm tapped in, and he said he's gonna be waiting for my call. So let's get right to it. Let's give Malcolm a call. The Spooky Hours OG. Let's get to it until everybody else taps in. Let's get it. Hopefully he ain't go to sleep.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Damn.
The person you're trying to...
I think the spooky OG is asleep. Let's get it, man. You know who be up and always got a good story? She always hold me down. I may have to tap into Peach. She may be at work, but let's give it a shot. We gonna will it to happen like we did last week. Hit up the homie Wiz too. We here though. Also support that Knockout Kings of Comedy out now. Run it up. Let's get to it, y'all. This is spooky hours. But all right, nevertheless, we got drama going on in hip hop as always. Joe Button. He does his podcast. And I didn't watch it. I don't really watch nobody content, but I seen like clips that were circulating on the the web. I seen it on IG. And he was basically just calling NBA young boy trash, always been trash. Let me know how you feel about that. I'm gonna be honest, I might have to agree with Joe Budden. I mean, I try to listen to a few joints, like, nothing new, but just I just wanted to see what all the hype was about. And I'm listening to it. I'm like, you know, I'm like, what's this? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, this can't be. But, you know, that's out my league right there. Like in terms of maybe that's for that young crowd. But I'm just saying for me, my ears, to me, it don't even matter age. Dope is dope. Cause it's some young boys that make some incredible music. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. But and it's some OGs and legends that's still making incredible music. Dope music, good music is good music. You know what I mean? But the youth these days, I don't know what type of time they on. You know what I mean? You be trying to just home on, try to home all in on what they listening to, and you trying to figure it out. Like, yo, hold on, maybe I'm missing something, but you're not missing nothing because with music is organic. When the music is dope, when you not even focused on the music and you just happen to hear it, and you like, yo, and it's going off. You like, yo, what the f is that? And that's when you know it's organic. Because it be times where you may walk in a room, or walk in the store, and you just hear something that catches your ear that's fire. You never heard the artist, never heard the record, but it's hot off the rip. I think what's happening is like they trying to just force everything on you by like people having all these streaming numbers and all these so-called followers. But I'm gonna say this. Somebody put in the chat room because I was gonna get to that. But I think the Joe Budden saying NBA young boy is a play. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a marketing tool because if you look at it not too long ago when Drake dropped, Joe pretty much had something to say about Drake album and everybody was covering that, and then Birdman, you know, got at Joe Budden, but it was like kind of like passive aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Let me put the because I got the message that he sent to Joe Budden. Let me put that on the screen because I got it right here. So look, pound that like button. Also run the numbers up on the super chat. I'm waiting for the people to call who got the spooky story. So I'm just covering what's on the landscape, on the surface. Run the lights up. Salute to the Wreck Mall. Be here. We got the Knockout Kings of Comedy. That's out. I'm gonna put the links in the chat room. So yeah, how I'm figuring it, Joe Budden is I guess, the new play for artists to get a wave or get people streaming their projects. You know what I mean? That's how I'm looking at it. When Joe Budden, even if he says something negatively about your project or about the artist, it's gonna go viral because everybody's gonna cover it or the media outlets. Then, Birdman's gonna respond, NBA YoungBoy is gonna respond, Drake gonna respond, they putting posts in these stories. NBA YoungBoy, I guess he did a live. So, Joe Budden is the new um how can I say the new marketing tool or the new marketing campaign for these artists when they dropping projects. Because, if you think about it, man, I seen Pete Rock, right? He posted shouts to Pete Rock, the legend. He posted how Spotify um is making billions of dollars a year. I think they making like $14 billion a year, 1.4, something to that effect. He put it on his Instagram, but he deleted it. But he was putting that up there just to give some knowledge on how they making all this money off artists and producers, and then they paying out less than, I guess, 4 cents a stream, or maybe 1/4 of a stream. See, I gotta see the numbers. Let me try to pull up those numbers. But he pretty much was just like, yo, and then at the end of the year, all you artists is posting up the streams you got from Spotify when they robbing the whole industry, you know? Pound that like button. This is the m.reck TV live spooky hours. Hold on, let me hit that spooky, because we gotta set the tone. I gotta put the what's going on with the people, with the callers. Y'all want spooky hours? Y'all should be calling out. Let me make sure the Skype is tapped in. That's the number. Let me see who else I can call. Oh, let me call my man. What's my man? Jay. Let me call my man Jay. Let's get it.
Hello?
Peace, Jay.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What's going on, my brother? You told me to call
Everything
you.
is good.
You told me to call you next week. How you looking?
I'm looking at
Okay. You up? What you doing over there?
just chilling, man. Just chilling. Listen, I was listening to you. Listening to you.
Oh, word? Okay, yeah. So I just decided to call because, we might need somebody like you to jump it off, because right now you've been coming with the ill stories.
Yeah, I think I told most of my best stories, man. I mean, yeah, the other ones is not really that lit though, but I could tell it. I could tell it regardless.
Okay,
I could
yeah,
still
just
tell it.
tell us a story. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Let's just jump it off. Hold on, let me set the tone. Hold on. Let me get this off the screen. I'm gonna put something spooky on the screen. We're gonna set the tone. This is spooky hours, y'all. We got Jay. Jay been telling some of the most phenomenal stories of the last couple of weeks or so. Man, I ain't gonna front, Jay. People been loving your stories, and it's an honor to have you a part of the platform. You know what I'm saying? Sharing your stories and all that, good brother. I'm gonna set the tone right. Let me put something spooky on the screen, and we gonna get it going.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
you sound like you far away though. You sound like you far away. So
you hear me better now?
you still sound a little far away.
Hold on. How about now?
That's much better. That's much better.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So let me tell a story about when I used to work work in Manhattan as a guard. Yeah, regular day at work. I was kind of wondering why one of my boys, he's another security guard, why he never showed up for like a long time. So I was kind of worried about him. Nobody got no phone call, nothing. The supervisor not really saying anything about what's going on. Then one day I got a call from him, and he's telling me, say, you gotta leave that job because they're trying to set up the security guys and stuff. So I'm like, what are you talking about? So he's like, one day when he's leaving work, he's riding his bicycle, and some cops surrounded him and knocked him off his bike. So yeah, when they knocked him off his bike, he's like, what's going on? So they telling him basically like, we know where you work, and we want you to do something for us. We want you to help us with some. So he basically is like, listen, man, I just go to work to do my job. I'm not really there for all that extra stuff. So whatever y'all got in mind, I'm not interested. So he's like, there's like, if you don't help, we're gonna put all kind of charges on you and stuff. So he's like, I'm still not gonna do it. Y'all gonna have to lock me up. So he got locked up, and he had to go and get himself a lawyer to get him out. So it took a while, but eventually he got out. And he calling me, telling me, say, I must leave that job because they might try me next. Because there's somebody that's on the job that's dirty. Like one of the guards is like a rat. And what they're looking for, what they're looking for is they're looking for somebody to take the blame. So they want a fall guy. So he said they tried him, but it wasn't going to happen. And no, they might try somebody else. So he's telling me to leave the job. I couldn't do that because I just, it's not like I just started working there. I've been there like about 3 years already, but I just moved out of my family house, and now I got my first spot. So if I'm going to leave the job, how am I going to pay my rent? So I decided to stay. So one day I was at work. I was going to work, and I seen like this car following me. It was like just like two undercover cops. It looked like they was following me. By the time I started walking up the train steps, two of them looked at me. So I knew that basically that they was following me, like something was about to go on, and they making sure I go to work. That's what it looked like to me. So I went on to work. While I'm on the train, I'm getting off of the stop in Harlem. There's two guys on the train trying to get my attention. There's like, yo, don't go to work, bro. It's like such and such sent us to warn you. Don't go to work today. So I'm trying to figure out who is these two. Yeah, word. I'm trying to figure out who these two dudes is, because I don't even know them. So they kind of say such and such sent us, something about the going on, don't go to work. So I'm not really giving them eye contact, but I'm listening to what they're saying. So by the time I went to the door, before the door opened, I let them know, say, listen, I heard what y'all said, but I got to do what I got to do. But thanks regardless. So while I'm walking to work, I seen one of the guards outside. He was out there with like 4 other guys. They look like construction workers. But I noticed all of them start looking towards me once I'm coming up the block. So I'm like, why everybody just turn around looking in my direction? So I definitely know something was about to go down. So I continued to work. By the time I reached there, the guy approached me and said, yo, you see these guys right here? They're doing construction work. So they're going to be in and out of the building. You don't have to bother check them in or whatever, because they already signed in and checked in. But they doing construction work. I didn't believe that for a second. So I went to my desk. After a while, probably like about 20 minutes later, the same security guy that told me that these guys was doing work upstairs, he came up to me and he started telling me a story about himself, because he knew something was going to go down. He started telling me that he does other things besides security work. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So he started admitting to me that he does things on the side with the cops. So I'm like, why you? I'm like, yo, why are you telling me that though? So he's like, he used to work for the railroad, and he got sick. I think he needed a transplant or something like that, but he needed extra money. So he starts telling me that he specialized like in like he specialized like in Dominicans, like he specialized in bringing them down.
Oh, wow.
So, but the area I was working in was a Dominican neighborhood. So he started talking about, oh, they over here doing this and over here doing that. So I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? Everybody does what they have to do. Why you getting on them like that? I'm not trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I got love for them people. I'm not trying to hear what he's saying. So he said, so I'm like, exactly what do you do? So he said he'd be driving around in the back of the police cars and he'd be pointing out spots and let them know what spot got drugs and what spot doesn't, who's selling drugs, who doesn't. Yeah, that's what he told me.
Wow.
And he said, after each mission, they usually find a fall guy somewhere out of the clique or somebody that knows somebody. So that person could take the fall so his cover don't get blown. So it's always somebody got to take a fall wherever they send him. So evidently, he was a new guy on the job. So they sent him there because they knew they needed him for an assignment, but they was looking for a fall guy, like what my boy said. So he said a lot of dudes under the dirt because of him.
Wow.
So I'm like that crazy. So before he left, he started saying snitches get stitches and started laughing like something was funny. So I'm telling him, say, yo, you dirty for that, man. You dirty for that. Why would you even tell me that? The reason why he chose to tell me and make that confession, because he thought I was going to be another one of the guys that's going to take the fall. So it's basically like he believed that he's talking to a dead man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
So
wow,
that's the reason why.
Spooky!
That's the reason why he confessed. He confessed to me about what he was doing, because he basically looked at it. This guy is not going to be around for what's going to go down. So I started looking around like, what's going on? Let me go and see what them guys upstairs doing. So when I went up there, I kind of noticed that there was one of the floors where they were. See, in that building, there was probably like about 8 floors, but there was probably like about 4 buildings that were really occupied with workers. It was a telephone building, so you had a few floors that were occupied, a lot of floors were empty. So the floor that they said that they was working on was the same floor where the bathroom is. So I was just going to the bathroom, and I said, yo, this is where they're supposed to be working? Why are they working in a dark room? Like, what kind of construction work is being done in a dark room? So they kind of left the door open. So I went and took a peek. I took a peek inside there. I seen them by the window with them big, we call them telescope type thing pointed to the window. So they was watching something through a telescope. Is it a telescope? Something like that, yeah. And you could see the red light on it in the dark. So it's like 4 or 5 of them standing over it, staring through the window with some type of big telescope or whatever that was. So I said, definitely that's no construction work going on. So now I knew that call that my boy gave me on the phone, that something was about to go on, was really about to go on. So I hurried and went downstairs. So I'm thinking about what I need to do, because they trying to set me up. So I went outside. I seen some of my Dominican peoples on the block walking by. So I let them know. Said, listen up, man. I think something about to go down. You know what I'm saying? This XYZ. I'm not going to say too much. I kind of give them a heads up, like something fishy was going on. And what happened is that they reacted real quick. They start moving that work. They start doing what they had to do. Because they was watching what they was really watching. They was watching the store. That's what they was watching. Because every time they came outside, and I'm outside smoking a cigarette, I noticed they keep on looking at a store across the street. So I already knew what the target was. So when I told my boy, said XYZ, I think this is about to go on, and I think that's what they're watching. They did what they had to do. So while I'm at my desk, this big tall guy, about 6'6", came in with a long trench coat. Then the guys that was upstairs saying they're doing the construction work, everybody surrounded my table. So they said, yo, we got a smart one right here, because they've been doing this for the longest time. So they said, we got a smart one right here. But they said so they start telling me, we got enough information on you. We've been watching you. We've been listening to you. If you don't try cooperating with us and help us, we want to know where the drug spot is and stuff like that around here. So I'm like, listen, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I said, yo, by the time I go outside and smoke a cigarette and come back, I don't want nobody by my desk. So the big, tall, 6'6" dude that came in, he started saying that this is the guy right here we're going to use. They say, yeah, but you're a smart one, though. You're a smart one. So I'm telling you, yo, I don't care who you guys, what y'all got going on. Whatever y'all say y'all got on me, I'm not going for that. I said, I'm going to go outside, smoke a cigarette. By the time I come back, I don't want none of y'all around my desk. And when I came back, they wasn't there. So I went outside, and I seen like a big bulldozer coming down with a guy with a suit and tie on top of the tractor, like they was about to knock down the store. So agents start coming from all different directions, and they start throwing their walkie-talkies down, talking about somebody fucked up the operation, somebody fucked up the sting operation. It's, it doesn't make sense to continue with it. Abort the mission. And all of them outside pissed off and throwing on their walkie-talkies. And the guy on top of the bulldozer, he mad as hell because he knew something happened. They cleared out whatever they supposed to move out. They moved out already, so there was nothing really in there for them to knock down the spot. So I already know what I did. So I went back inside. I said, man, shit, let me get the fuck about it. Let me go back to my desk because I already know what I did. So after that, I decided not to go back outside for the rest of the night because I didn't trust it. So the whole night I'm hearing sirens all over the streets. Like almost like 4 hours straight, there was sirens going on. They was mad pissed. So what they was doing, they was pulling over every car to see if the work was inside any of those cars that was moving around, but it was too late by then. So I went up to one of the empty floors and I could look from 4 different angles of the area, and there was police cars almost on every block, mad as hell because of what just went down. So I already knew it's not safe for me to go back outside, so I stayed in. So when the new security guy came to work to exchange to relieve me, when the other security guy came in, like the 12 to 8 shift guy came in, I told him what was going on. It was a Puerto Rican dude. So he said, word? He said he suspected something was going on the job, but he didn't know. I said, yeah, they're trying to set us up, man. So I gave him the whole rundown of what's going on and everything like that. He said, yo, you stay in the building, bro. I got you. I ain't gonna make nobody else come inside there and try to get at you. Nobody coming through that door. I said, good looking. So he looked out for me the whole night. I stayed up in the building until it was safe for me to leave. So like around 7 o'clock came, he was still working the shift because he get off at 8. So I'm telling you, I feel safe enough to go home now because all the commotion kind of died down. So I stepped out and I was about to call my family and let them know because they had a business on 125th. I let my family know what happened to me, and I'm about to come over there right now to the business and kind of chill for a minute. So they said, come, I must come. So while I'm walking, there's a police car that started following me. And 2 of the guys that's inside the police car was the same. One of them was the same guy that was dressed up as a construction dude. So now he's in regular uniform. He's not in that construction joint that he was pretending to be a construction worker. Now he's in regular uniform. So I'm looking him dead in the face now, but now I see him in his uniform. So all that construction stuff was all nonsense. I already knew that from the jump. So he said something like, he made a curse word like, oh, that's the guy right there. So one of them pulled out the gun towards me and pointed it at me like they was about to shoot. So I started moving really quick. So when he pulled out the gun and pointed it towards me, that gun turned into a cross. And he looked, I swear to God, he looked at the cross and said, what on God's earth is this? Who is this guy? And the other guy that was driving, he crashed into a light pole. So as I'm walking, another cop pulled up to me. And this one say, yo, you heard what happened to the first guy? He got a cross in his hand. He said, what kind of freak is this? You know, so so he said, I want to see if that's going to work again. So one of the other cops pulled out the gun and pointed at me to shoot me. That gun turned into a Bible, and he crashed into a building. So so at that particular time, that's when I started running, and I ran all the way to my uncle's spot and let him know what happened, man.
Hold on. So one gun turned into a cross and another one turned into a Bible?
Yeah, the first gun. Remember when I first started calling this show, I told you I was sacred. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why a lot of my stories I tell you about, you know, those are real stories. Those are not like made up stories. You know, I could see certain things, and God gave me certain powers. I'm known in New York City for that. It's not like something that I'm making up. It's something that a lot of people know about me. I do have some special type of powers, but one day I'll call you and tell you about that. Yeah, the first gun that they pointed at me turned into a cross, and that guy crashed into a light pole. The second cop that came by, his gun turned into a Bible, and he crashed into a building. And at that time, no other cop came after me, but I took off.
Wow. Yo, that's spooky. That's
spooky.
That's a story like I ain't never heard nobody tell no story like that. I gotta salute you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you tapping in and
no doubt.
sharing
Anytime,
that
man.
story with us, Jay, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, my brother.
Always gotta try to set it off the right way, man. You know how we do it.
You already know. Salute, King.
All right, peace, man.
Peace. Well. Shouts to Jay setting off this spooky hours. Yeah, I'm speechless. I'm speechless as well. Definitely. Shouts to Ebony. Shouts to V Trill. That was a special story. Let's just say that. Call me up 310-598-2974. Let's get it going with your spooky stories, or you want to speak on the NBA YoungBoy Joe Budden drama. Somebody said that was definitely a Tubi movie. Oh man. Let's get to it. It's spooky hours, y'all. How you feeling out there? It's like 2:13 a.m. Does it feel spooky outside? Where you at? I'm at this point. I'm gonna just call some more people. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I wasn't even gonna go live, but I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me see if the Wreck Mob want me to do the show, but I'm here, but I'm not getting the calls. But we gonna will it to happen like we just did. Shouts to Jay. We gonna call some more people. Let's get to it. Who y'all want me to call? I'm gonna wake people up. Let's do this. That's what we gonna do. I'm calling people cribs 2 a.m. Oh, let me call a tub lady. You know she's up. Let me call Tatum. Let's get to it. We calling people 2 a.m. 2.
m.reck.
What's happening, tub lady? We knew you was up. We knew the tub lady's up. What's happening?
I said, "Yep, I'm up."
What's going
Looking
on?
around.
Talk to me.
Well, I'm in the new spot.
Oh, you're in a new spot. Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
That's what's up.
Thank you.
How it feels in the new spot? It feels good. You comfortable?
Yeah, it, it feels good. It feels,
Oh, Tatum, hold that door. We got another caller. I'm gonna call you right back. I'll call you right back. Peace. Peace.
What up, m.reck?
What's going on? You be having mad different numbers. What's going on with you?
Nothing. No, this is probably my other phone. Man, your son took a whole hour to tell us all them damn lies.
Listen, that man set the tone off, man. You know what I'm saying? He set the tone off.
Set the tone off for what?
With the show, he called. When I called
No, I'm gonna set the tone off. Going down the freeway doing 80.
You wild, man. You wild.
Oh man, I just wanted to holler at you, man. I'm trying to get to Miami, man.
You driving to Miami from where?
I just came from Vegas, and took me about 5 days to get down here in Miami. So I'm about an hour away from Miami.
It takes 5 days to get to Miami from Vegas?
Miami, Florida. Because we can only do 11 hours a day.
Oh.
You got a clock that you gotta go by your clock. So you could only do like 650, maybe 700 miles a day. And from Vegas to Miami, Florida is 2,500 miles. So I give it, I takes my time, so it take me 5 days. Gotcha. But I ain't gonna hold up the show, man. Hopefully somebody call in. Yeah. I only got an hour to go, and your boy kept me rolling for this whole hour. He told his little story. So
you crazy. You crazy.
All right, Reck, holla.
All right, peace. Let me call the tub lady back until we get somebody to call up the show with a story. I want to hear about the tub lady new place. She said she got a new place. So she said it's brand new. Yeah, call me up. Wow. Mic check. Mic check. You there? Can you hear me? I don't know what happened, but mic check. Can you hear me? Put a thumbs up if you can hear me. Put a thumbs up if you can hear me. Let me see. I don't see nobody. Type it in the chat. Put a thumbs up. Okay. All right. Let me call the tub lady back.
Yes, m.reck.
Tatum, appreciate you. I'm sorry. I thought that was somebody calling with a story. I'm trying to get this show going. I don't know what's going on with the people, as of lately.
Because nobody knew. I just happened to look on YouTube, and I was like, what? Spooky around?
Yeah. So tell us about the new place. Is it brand new? What's up? Tell us about.
It's a loft.
There's a loft. Ooh, okay.
Yes.
So
it's a loft, and
this is brand new built, or this is something that's been around and they renovated it.
No, it's not brand new, but it was built in the 2000s. I'm glad it's not brand new.
Okay.
Because the way they making brand new stuff is trash.
Yeah,
it's
that's
small.
a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, it's small. I don't like the materials that they using. And here is huge. Real wooden floors, real wooden cabinets, real granite, everything. I'm setting off the bayou. If anybody know about Houston, you know about the bayou. And I got a view of Houston downtown and 2 pools. My whole loft, the windows are all surrounded by a pool.
Nice, you living it up. Congrats, living it up.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's some people saying
right now I'm sleeping on the floor.
Oh, you sleeping on the floor? It's all right. But you know what's so crazy? They saying you auntie over there breathing heavy. What's going on over there?
Cause I breathe heavy. Hell, my ass fat. Shit.
It's
How y'all breathe?
So hold on, you sleeping on the floor. You didn't have you getting a new bed or you didn't move your bed to your
No,
new
my
place?
bed. The way my bed is heavy, so it's a
Oh,
canopy and it's a
oh.
king size. And so I wanted them to at least put carpet in the master suite, but they didn't. So they're gonna do something else. So it's no need of me putting the bed up until they do what they need to do.
Mm,
Because once that sucker's up, is up.
that's a fact. So Tatum, do this. What's your last, I guess, maybe spooky movie or horror you watch? Or what's some of your favorites that you love to watch?
Well, I used to like Freddie, but somebody on IG they like imitating Freddie. They got
Mm.
Freddie dancing
Oh
and
yeah,
everything. I
yeah. I
mean,
think Swag Boy Freddie is his name.
yeah,
Yeah,
Swag Boy
yeah,
Freddie.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
people that fell in love with Swag Boy Freddie. He ain't scary no more.
Oh damn, damn.
But let me tell you, the Jeepers Creepers,
Oh,
that whole series,
oh. That I seen the last one that came out. When it was
the
at the carnival, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the one where the tow truck guy towed his vehicle. That's what made me like his ass. Them goddamn tow truck drivers, they some vultures, baby. When that fool stood on top of his truck and got his shit back, I said, "Oh shit," because they had just told my car about a month ago, and I had to pay like $300 and something. I was mad as hell.
Hell yeah. Why they told you your car?
Because they wanted money.
Oh, you got some tickets on it?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Because my last place where I stayed at, it was actually a rental car. So I didn't park my rental car in the garage. I just parked it out in the parking lot. And so they told it because it didn't have the tag on there. Yeah, some bull crap.
You parked it in the private parking lot that you didn't
No.
you supposed to pay for it, right?
No.
Oh.
The complex where I was,
Mm-hmm.
you had every apartment unit had their own garages, and they also had available parking spots.
Mm-hmm.
But you had to have a tag, or you
didn't
need
have
to
the
let
tag.
them know. But right, because I was in a rental, so they told my rental.
They told the rental, but you do have a tag.
Yeah, on my vehicle, I had the tag,
So
but
hold
now it
on.
don't even matter.
They didn't reimburse you?
Hell no.
Damn.
That's why the tow truck got his ass whooped about 6 months later.
Oh, word? You put the goons on him? You put the goons on the tow truck driver? Wow, hold on. Shots fired. Said the tow truck driver got pistol whipping all that. God damn.
Got all that. He was locked in the unit and everything.
Oh, wow.
I was like, whooped his ass.
Damn. Tatum
And
sent the goons on him. Put the goons on his ass. Shots fired. Damn.
And that's what happened.
Damn.
He ain't been. I don't know. He might be back around there now. I don't even care because I don't even stay there anymore.
That's why you moved out that joint. I see how you moving. You moving like a real gangster. You moving like a real gangster. Like, all right, you're gonna tow my car. I'm gonna whip the tow truck driver out, and I'm getting about this piece. I like that. That's gangster. Shots fired.
But like here in Houston, if you live on one side of town, it's like moving to another little city or something because everything is so spread out. So I was just too far out from my family. So now I'm close in because I'm downtown, so I'm kind of midway. And this is the area where I need to be. But where I came from, it was like it's a good hour away, but you're still in Houston.
But listen, you did it right, even if it's an hour away. You gotta be, you gotta move how you gotta move. You moving like a ninja, especially when you sending them goons out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get up out of Dodge.
Because a lot of people didn't know where I stayed. They just knew I stayed far out, but they really didn't know where I stay, and they're not gonna really know now either where I stay.
I hear that shit. You can't let nobody know where you stay. You know what I mean? Somebody might snitch. You heard?
Yeah, you sure silly, yeah. You know, people like to come over and stay. No, get your ass on up out of here.
That's a fact. Can't stay here. You know?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I appreciate you tapping in with the show. I'm gonna try to call some of our, spooky hours OGs and people who tell good stories. I'm trying to get some new people. If you're new to the room, you want to tell your story, you're more than welcome. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. Yeah, it's 300 people sitting in the room. Let's get to it, y'all. Call me up.
Let's get to it. I thought Pete
there they
said
go.
that she was gonna have some new.
Somebody calling right now. I'm gonna hit you right back.
All right.
I got you. Peace. Peace.
Peace. Salute, Reck. What's up, bro?
Salute, good brother. Who this?
It's Musa. This is my other phone. You ain't got this one saved
yet. Musa. What's going on, my G?
What's good, King? You already know. What's up, Miss Tatum? Miss Tatum says she, mess with her stuff. It's over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she putting them goons on
man,
you.
I got a couple stories for you. It's been a minute, though.
Let's get it, my brother. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get to it, my brother. All right?
Okay. I got one recently, then I'm going to tell you an old one.
Okay.
So this one recently happened like a month ago. So I'm trying to get custody of one of my sons. So I've been doing all the stuff the child support people said do, get all my paperwork right. So they had something in another paper to come up to the courthouse. So I come up to the courthouse and you go up in this room. It's like probably 10 feet to this little clerk's desk, and it's like 3 seats sitting to the left of me. But it's only one way in, one way out, and it's a circle where you talk straight to them, and it's a little square down bottom where you hand your paperwork. So I go up in there, I'm telling them, y'all told me to come up here to get this stuff and do this and do that. So they kind of giving me the runaround. I'm like, y'all told me to do all this stuff. And there's nobody in there but me in this room. So the woman grabbed her papers and walked off. So I look to the left of me. I ain't hear this door open and nothing. It's a lady sitting beside me, look like an old gypsy lady with like old clothing on. If you ever seen this movie called Drag Me to Hell, this woman favor this woman. This is how she looked. And this woman, she looks at me and she give me a nod. I nod back to her. She said, "You gonna be all right, son." And I said, "Thank you, ma'am." She said, "Trust me, I see a lot of light and you gonna be okay." And I said, "Thank you." So the woman come back and give me some old bull about running around. I got to go downtown to get this and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right. So the paper that came in the mail, it had DSS on it and some more stuff. So I got all my paperwork, but I left my DSS paper because I was kind of, pissed off. So I go out the door. And as soon as you go out the door, you turn left. That's the courtroom doors. There's double doors. If you go straight across, that's where the people sit to go in court. And if you go to the right, it's like 3 feet and you go out the door back into the lobby. So I go to the right to go out to the lobby, and I realized that I ain't had my paper that came in the mail. So I turn directly around, go back up in there, and I'm walking to get my paper off this desk. Tell me why ain't nobody in there.
Say word.
Word. It just happened like a month ago.
Wow, that's spooky.
And I'm thinking, I don't know if there was a spirit trying to tell me something, one of my guys or something, but it just creeped me out, for a while. So the second one I got, this happened like around the pandemic time. This right here is some crazy stuff, man. This is gonna be a crazy story. Y'all gonna be like, ain't no way this happened, but this happened. So I was working for this furniture company. I don't want to say the name, you know what I'm saying? But I was doing deliveries, And what we do, we'll get a truck in, we'll put everything together, and we'll do the ones that's farther out first and bring it all the way closer so we can do the last ones and then go back, park the truck and clock out or whatever. So regular day, when I got everything loaded on the truck before we get there, we get the paperwork, we get all the stuff, we take off. So it was me and this little drunk dude that worked with me, man. But he at work, he just real drunk, so I always had to do the driving. So make a long story short, we get to this last stop, and this in this little country part of town, man. And how this house was is it's a main road, then you turn off to like a side road, and then it's like a dirt road, then it's rocks, but it lead off into some woods. And once you go farther enough, you can see like a cul-de-sac back there where this little trailer at. So we pull up or whatever, and there ain't enough room to even turn around in his yard. It's just enough room to pull in and you see this house. And they got like a porch on it, like where you can like where you can use a wheelchair to go up like a ramp. So as I'm pulling up to this house or whatever, this little short woman come out, man. This woman had to be like 3 to 4 feet tall. I'm talking about she was like a midget, like a gnome. You know, that's how she looked, like a gnome that be in people's yards. Like this, it was just spooky to me. And I got out the truck. I woke him up. I'm like, come on. So I got the paperwork. I'm talking to or whatever. I'm like, well, what do we need to put? Well, we need to go see it because that's what we usually do. We see where we got to go in the house and put it, and then we'll go. She's like, no, I know exactly what it said. Just get it. So she had like this old dresser drawer, like one of the big heavy ones that's full of, they just heavy like real wood. So we get off the back of the truck. And if you know anything about carrying now, you ain't got to use the dollars. You can use like some scraps that go over your shoulders and they go up under it. And the other dude holding it too, y'all basically holding it with your weight. So we doing that. So he go in first, I come in second holding it. And how this house was, this trailer, you go in and it lead to a living room that's on the right, and you can see the kitchen in the back, but you can go straight like how we was going, and you make a immediate left, that's the hallway. But I'm looking in this house, man, she got like wicks, she got like little dolls. And I'm thinking, man, this woman into some voodoo or some wiki stuff. And I just got that feeling because, like I say, you know, I'm conscious, I'm woke. And this woman is standing behind me, remind me, telling you she's so short that you can't see it. And I'm peeping behind me, and I got the scrap on my shoulder trying to balance this dresser drawer. So we turned down the hallway, man, and I guess it was like 4 or 5 rooms. So she said, keep going, keep going. And I'm trying to watch this woman because it's just spooky how this woman behind me and I can't really see her. So we walk. She was like, the room right there to the right. So we go in the room, ain't nothing in this room but a chair, it's a stick, and it's like a box. And the window got plastic over, like trying to keep the air out or whatever, I guess. So I'm trying to look behind me, still trying to watch us. And she was like, I want it right there in that far corner. So me and here, we taking it to this far corner. So I'm peeping behind me. We take the scraps off. We set the dresser down and trying to move it. So I'm still peeping behind me. This what tripped me out. This gonna trip y'all out. I'm looking behind me, watching this woman. This woman started growing into a creature that was so big it took over the size of the door. I immediately ran and jumped out this back window. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
This is something that happened in real life. This is real deal.
Real life a few years ago that just happened around the pandemic time. This happened to me, bro. Only a few people know about this. So I ran and jumped out this window, landed in his backyard.
Oh, you jumped out the window? Wow.
I'm telling you, like a movie. I ran and jumped out this window, jumped in his back, and fell in the backyard. And I barely missed like the unit heating thing. And I ran around the side of the house, and I ran back to the truck. And this woman, she was immediately, it was back to whatever she was, like a little human. And she was walking real fast. So I put the keys in the truck. Like I said, want enough room to turn around. I start backing up on the rock, backing up, taking my time, backing up. And I got so far, and she stopped and was just looking at me and started waving. Now, remember, I came with somebody, right? So I backed up till I got enough to where I can go, and I turned and got back on the main road. So I'm thinking to myself, bro, what just happened? I'm like, man, should I call the police? Like, what I'm going to tell them? So I said, man, bump it. So I go back to the job site, and they already knew this dude with missed days and everything. So I'm just like, man, they ain't going to say nothing. So they asked me, they were like, what's such as? I was like, man, that mud. He said he ain't going to come. So I went back there and took the paperwork back there. I got my coat and stuff, and I was leaving out the front door because we park in this big parking lot in the front. And this dude walked straight in the door and walked right past me, didn't say nothing to me, like he didn't even know who I was. So hold on, let me speed up a little bit. So the next day I come to work, he don't show up. So the owner is a young dude that bought this company out or whatever. So he was asking me, like, you know what I'm saying, what was going on or whatever. Did he say he wasn't going to come in there? I was like, man, I don't know. So fast forward to the next day, because we get a delivery truck, then we fill it up, then we go deliver the next day. So he didn't come the next day. So the owner went out with me. Like I say, he's a younger guy. He's like an entrepreneur. So he goes out with me. So the thing about it is, when you get this paperwork, you start seeing the names on it where you got to go. So I start looking through the paperwork for that day. What about this stop was on there for this woman house again? So I immediately called, and I was like, look, hey, say something going on. Call this office up here and say that y'all need me. So I made my people's call and said they had an accident or something. So I said, look, I just need a few minutes to go check on them. So I left and they never come back. Like, I ain't come back that day. So what it was, he owned another place like that, but it's like a town over. So he got some workers there to come help him out or whatever, because I ain't come back that day. They would call him and everything. So I come back the next day. What about the owner sick? Yeah, they was like he came in, he was pale, this, that, and the third. And him and his wife, Jose was talking about Florida, him and his wife from Florida. So they was like, yeah, Rob sick or whatever, this, that, and the third. He came back, he was sick, he was just pale. And I'm like, okay. So come to find out, I was like, man, I'm just done with this job, this, that, and the third. But I ended up staying like 2 more days and the delivery truck came. This same address was on there to go here. I left out, bro. I quit that job. I quit that day. And when I seen the girl I used to work with, she worked in the front office. I seen her like last year. She told me that Rob died from a stroke.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
And I'm thinking it had something to do with that, with that house and that delivery.
Wow.
And the dude that I used to work with, he worked at a place where you do drive-in, like where you can wash your car and they tell you to come in and they spray your tires and stuff. I rolled down my window and spoke to him. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? This, that, and the third. This dude looked at me like he never seen me before in his life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
That was
good story, though.
Spooky stuff.
Now, I appreciate you. You got another one? You might as well go if you got another one. If not, it's all good.
I got one more to hit you with.
Okay, let's get it.
So if y'all remember me telling y'all a while back, I got a homeboy, him and his girl, they Muslims.
Hold on one second.
Hold
on one second. Pound that like button, y'all. This is spooky hours. We going into the second hour right now. All right. Pound that like button, run the likes up. We got the Knockout Kings of Comedy. Links is in the chat room. You can tap on that. You know what I mean? Let's get it. Let's get it, my brother.
Let's get it. So I got a homeboy, whatever. That's what says my brother. Him and his girl, they Muslims. So they had bought this old house, but it had been fixed up. And this old house used to be a church/mortuary, but it's modern now. And they was, if you remember some stories back, they was going through some stuff. So they've been trying to sell this house. So her brother, who had not done 15 years straight, bro, I'm talking about this much, huge, been in rides and everything, like he bought that life. So my homeboy, my brother, whatever, my homeboy, whatever you want to call it, had hit me up because he'd tell me stories all about the house, but it was cool to tell you. So he told me this story a while back. He said that the brother came home, but he ain't had nowhere to stay. So, you know, you got to have somewhere to stay to get out. You know how to stay do. So he was like, you can come stay with us till you get straight or whatever. So he said he was telling the brother about the house, what's going on. It's like, man, I've been in prison. I ain't worried about no stuff like this, that, and the third. He said, so they left to go to the grocery store. He was there by himself taking a shower. And where they stay at, it's like a half a mile till you get to a main road because they stay in the country. He said they was coming back down the main road, this mug walking up the street with boxes on and a towel and some shoes. They was like, man, what's going on? He said, man, he said he don't know what it was. It came off and down from their basement door, looked at him, turned around, went through the wall. He said he told the door up coming out the house.
Wow. Spooky!
Like I tell him all the time I talk to him, man, y'all need to get rid of the house, dog. Get out of the house. I don't even go over there no more. He called me, I holler at him, but I don't even go that way. Yeah. That house is thick, spooky. Like,
did he explain what it was exactly?
He said it looked like some type of creature. He said it looked like a man with a hump, but it looked like a creature with just like he said it like it got a long face, like it was dripping. He said, looked at him, it went through the wall, because they got like a basement, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of their hallway, because they got stairs that like spiral up, because it's like an old house, but it's modern now. He said, just turned around, looked at him and went. I was like, dude, wild stories about that house, man. I can tell you some more, but
wow.
Man.
Nah, that shit. Nobody else is calling up. Shit, you might as well keep going. Listen, you got it right
they
now.
They got me running through.
Yeah, run it through. Run it up.
They got cats. They like cats or whatever. They got cats. So they got like 5 cats because one of the cats got hit. So he said they cats always sleep in the bed, but they're wandering around the house. You know, they got litter boxes and stuff. So he said they cats kept getting locked out. This before a brother-in-law had came. So he said the cats kept getting put outside the house. He knew what it was. So he said he set up a camera downstairs while this camera kept moving. He would say he was watching on his phone, the camera kept moving. So he put a camera on the porch. He said the camera would always move. So I'm like, won't you send me some of this footage or whatever? This dude trying to send me footage ain't that. So I'm like, bro, I know you ain't lying. So he said what he did one day. He sat right there at the top of their stairs. They got the litter box, one upstairs, one down the stairs. He said he sat down there and watched the cats or whatever roam around. and the dead cat came in because they got 4 cats. He was like all black and white, except for one, it was yellow. He said he seen a dead cat come in and eat. So he said he went downstairs looking, no cat. So he said he went downstairs looking, no cat, go back upstairs. Well, he said he come back in, look on the stairs, all the 4 cats sitting on top of the stairs looking down at him. So he said he trying to call, here, kitty, 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 here, kitty. He said the cats won't come downstairs. He looked back while the dead cat standing right there at the door scratching on him. Say he opened up the door, ain't no cat.
Spooky!
I told him, bro, y'all need to get out that house.
Hold on, this is the same dude?
This dude got so many stories about this house, man. Wow. They trying to sell the house. They basically pulled all their money into this house. Like I told him, bro, you welcome to come stay with me. He was like, man, I don't want to be a burden. I'm like, nah, you good, bro. But he's strong in Muslim, so he's like, it scares him, but he got faith in Allah. You see what I'm saying? But I'm like, bro, bump that, put this mud on the market for cheap and get gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man, so Musa, you on a roll. People loving the stories. They like, yo, keep going. I don't know if you got more. They tonight, your night. You lit tonight.
man, I gotta be working itself, man. Okay. Y'all wild.
Yeah, they rocking with you.
Peace and love, man.
Peace and love, but listen, I ain't gonna front.
Just some wild stuff.
You did your one too, man. Your man who stay in that spooky house, you know, what's his name?
Listen, he don't want me to say that, bro, because he really deep off into it. And if I say it, his people watch this, they'll know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He like he one of them type. He a really serious Muslim. You know what I'm saying?
Say less.
You know, but that mug be hitting me off with so many stories, King. Boy, I be like, man, whew.
Man, you got the Wreck Mob is rocking with you. You're saying you got some Stephen King joints. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, man. It's so many, man. It's crazy. Let me see. I'm gonna give y'all one more.
Yeah, give us one more. One more for the road.
Okay, one more for the road. This is another personal one that happened to me and one of my homeboys. So down south, I'm from South Carolina. If y'all didn't know, we like old school cars, right? Mm-hmm. So my homeboy hit me up. He was like, "Man, I know this old school car that I'm always seeing when I get off." I'm like, "All right." He was like, "Man, I'm gonna holler at my man. He said he gonna charge me such and such to get it." So I'm like, "All right." So I take him up here, and it's like another country part of town that's in our town, but it's a more country backwood part. So I take him up there. It's an old school car. The car looks great. I'm like, all right. He was like, well, I'm going to paint it, throw some runs on that thing in the system. And the dude that he's buying it from, this dude looks suspect. Like I'm talking about like some wrong turn stuff. So he was like, yeah, man, my brother had it, but he passed and it's time for me to get rid of it. So I'm like, ain't no tag on it. So I'm going to follow behind you and we're going to go down the road together. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do. You know, down south, we're trying to get to where we're going because we ain't got no insurance or nothing on it. So when we got up there, it was kind of dim, but now I got dark. So I'm following behind him or whatever. We're going down this long road. And this mother stopped in the middle of the road and jumped out. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you doing? Why you know how the police be on this road? State troopers screaming for cousin Rick. I'm like, what you doing? He said, bro, somebody in here. I'm like, bro, nobody else following behind you. He said, bro, somebody in this car with me. I'm like, man, what you talking about, bro? I was like, bro, listen, I'm gonna drive, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. We on this long, dark road, man. We already in the country. You know what I'm saying? Rednecks and stuff. So I get in the car and start driving. I'm getting it. I look in the rearview mirror. I see 3 people sitting in this back seat. I stop and jump out the car. I said, what the hell?
Spooky! Yeah. Hold on. Stop right there. Yes. So at this time, you driving, and what speed are you at? What speed are you at?
I'm doing probably about 80 trying to get off into the country.
Okay.
Trying to get to the main road because it's so dark you can't even see your hand in front of your face.
All right. So if you're doing 80 and then you happen to look into the rear view and you see 3 pretty much ghosts in the back seat.
Sitting in the back seat.
So what you do? Hit the brakes? Give us that.
I hit the brakes like the steering wheel almost slanted to my chest and my stomach. But it's an old school car. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, the seatbelts just scrap across your waist, not your chest. The seatbelts just scrap across your waist. Old school car. So I immediately put it in park, jump up, I said, bro, what the? So literally, what we do, we get in this car together and we pull it on side of the road and we leave it. So the next day after, bro, I'm telling you.
Wow.
I'm telling you, we leave it. So we go back broad daylight after work. Get this car, turn around. I said, man, come on, man. I said, it's your car. He said, all right, man, it's broad daylight. You know, they thugs till it's time to do some gangster stuff. So I falling back to this dude's house. And we was like, man, what's up with this car? He said, you never asked me. You just wanted the car. He said his brother, his wife, and his sister-in-law and their cousin all died in the car. We like, how? He said they drowned.
Oh,
He said they went
wow.
off a bridge years ago. This car was like a 72, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He said they all went off a bridge and they drowned in that car.
Wow, that's spooky.
You can keep that money
Spooky!
and we gone.
Wow.
Facts.
Wow, I ain't gonna front. You on fire tonight. That was fire. Like I like all the
Yeah, bro.
joints. That's that's fire because the backstory killed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Salute. You Mansa Musa in the building dropped like 4 stories back to back. Did them quick too. How long you been on the line? You
Facts.
knocked them joints out quick. Hold on. Let me see. I can tell you how long you been on the line. Been on the line 20 minutes and you knocked out 4 joints. Salute,
Yeah,
King.
man. It's, like I said, it's been a minute, man. You
Yeah.
know, I wanted Tatum to do a thing. I was gonna call in tonight because
Nah, I
I was up,
appreciate
you know
it.
what I'm saying, and I was like, I gotta show some love, man.
Love is love, man. I got this next caller, but thank you for calling, good brother. Salute. That was Mansa Musa, man. He did his thing. Salute, Wreck Mob. Peace, caller. What's happening? State your name and where you calling from.
Yo, Rack, what up? It's IB from NY.
IB, what's going on? Salute. Salute. Talk to
What
me.
up? So I got two stories. They not as spooky and crazy and graphical like all the other ones. Those are good, but this is more like you had to be there to get the scare out of it. You know, I'm gonna tell them anyway.
No doubt. Listen,
So
just get in your bag telling them, you know what I'm saying? That's all. Just get in your bag.
right.
All right? Yeah.
I bet. So this is like I say 2010. I'm on a trip in Connecticut, right? And you know, you hear all these stories about Connecticut, whatever. I ain't even thinking nothing of it. You know what I mean? I'm in 7th grade at the time. I'm just trying to have fun. So you know, during the day we go rock climbing, bungee jump, all that shit. Next thing you know, nighttime, right? So it's hard to explain, but these cabins we had the cabins lined up on the hill from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So at the very top, that's where the teachers, principal, and all that at. And then as it goes down, that's where the kids are. So I'm at the last one down. So the dorms, it goes like this. It was a set of kids, they was all dudes. The middle one was females, and then the next one was mine. That was, all dudes too. I don't know why they had the females and the dudes so close. I don't know. They set us up. But anyway, long story short, we chilling. We going into each other's rooms and shit like that. We chilling with the ladies and all that. Next thing you know, it's around like, I gotta say at least 3 o'clock in the morning over there. So mind you, it's a wooded area and shit. So it's pitch black. Pitch black. We all coming out the dorms. We sit in the front laughing and chilling. Next thing you know, we see this like motorcycle light, like the motorcycle headlight with just that one light.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't hear nothing. We don't hear no motor, no nothing. But it's coming towards us. We don't, mind you, we don't hear it. We just see it. So we all run back inside. We give it about a good minute and a half, maybe. We look out, go back outside. Once for one, we was all scared to go back outside. We ain't even, but once when we went outside, we didn't see nothing. I'm talking about didn't hear nothing, didn't see nothing. It was almost like it wasn't even there. But we all see a motorcycle light coming towards us. No sound, no motor, no nothing.
Say word.
And it was gone.
Spooky!
Word. We stood in there the whole night after that. He was not playing after that. But that's, that's something like, something like you just had to be there to really really capture you, know?
That.
And there's another one I got. This one is about like '05, I say. '05. It's not really much too spooky, but hindsight, it's spooky, but it's a blessing story at the same time. So me and my family, we on our way to the Bronx to go to the shelter and shit. So we at the bus stop. We messed up. We on our way to shelter. Next thing you know, there's this lady, white lady. I don't know. All right. So look, to give you a good idea, have you ever seen the movie Four Brothers?
Correct. I saw it.
All right. So you know the mother, the white lady, the old lady, the mother in that played the movie. She looked just like her. So just picture a lady like her in a white Cadillac, curly blue eyes, all that. She she comes into the store after we just walked out. Yo, just handed my mother $20. Just handed it to her.
Oh wow.
Didn't say no words, no nothing. So I'm thinking, ladies just blessed us. So she leaves the store. She go in the store, whatever. She leaves. Mind you, this is a white Cadillac. It turned the corner. She drive off and turn the corner. Me and my brothers, we running down the block to see the car again. That shit was not there. I'm talking about there's no way possible. By the time we got there, she would have turned another corner, exited, nothing. It was gone, bro. Gone.
Spooky.
Gone. So I believe that one was more of an angel more than anything demonic. I feel like that was an angel encounter. But yeah, that's that right there. I got something recent, but it's not really a story. It's more of a I was just scared because of the scenery. So back in like August, I do security and all that. They had me in Manhattan. So I'm in what I find out is a abandoned hotel, right? So they don't expect me to walk around and all that and do no rounds or anything. I just sat there like by the door. But I still was afraid of the unknown. You know what I mean? Not knowing what's downstairs, what's upstairs. So I had the supervisor. He came and he walked me throughout the whole building, broad daylight. I felt a little better about it. But as we walking through, the airy vibes, man, airy vibe. I'm talking about walls paneling, like it was totally abandoned, So, but what really caught me though was this Chinese symbolism, like under the ceiling, underneath the ceiling, it's painted, but under the paint, it was like some type of design. Like it was dragons, it was fish, like Pisces fish. It was a lot of bugged out symbolism, like some pitchforks. I'm just like, yo, the hell they got me working at?
Spooky.
But I stood there for like as long as I could. Damn near then couldn't go to sleep, none of that. I had to be alert in there.
Wow.
But that's about it, man. That's all I got.
Nah, I appreciate you, good brother. Let the people know who you be.
My shit is like more realistic. I don't got too much graphical, Stephen King shit going on.
Yeah, nah, it's all good. Nah, it still was dope though. I appreciate you tapping in. Let them know who you be again, good brother.
It's IB, man. New York.
Shouts to IB, the whole NY. Appreciate you, good brother. Thanks for calling.
All right, salute, man.
All right, salute. Salute to IB, man. Calling, man. New caller. He probably been tapped in, but that's the first time I heard him call, and he did his thing, man. That's what I'm talking about. Shouts to Master Musa. Wow. Told 4 incredible stories. Yeah, he did that. Shouts to IB as well. Man, I got somebody that been calling. Hold on. I got you. 347-300. Call me back. The line is open. I know you just called 2 times. 347-300. Call me back. Okay. Peace. Peace. Okay. Marissa, you just called. Marissa, who got hit by the train. I remember you. Call me back. I don't know what happened. I answered the phone and it just hung up. So yeah, 347-300 and Marissa, y'all can call back. Because if I call you back, it's gonna be from a 646 number, 397. So just pick up. That's me. I'm gonna give y'all time to call back. 347. Okay. Peace.
Yeah, what's good?
Marissa,
My bad.
What's happening with you? You good?
Nothing much. Well, I had a couple of things I want to talk to you about. I don't got no scary story.
Okay.
But All right. So remember last week whenever you was like that, you're doing a lot, trying to get your project together, and you was like that. You was dealing with like the subtitles, you know what I'm saying, for people that can't hear, right?
Yeah, that's what's so crazy. I finished it today. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah. That's what's
Okay, that's
up.
that's what's up. So what about the audio description for the people that can't see? You probably don't know about that, but they have it like
Audio,
on.
audio description for the people who can't see. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, so
and so like
like
that's on
like
like
details, like giving really intricate details. Yeah, you're right.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like they have more like all of them, like Netflix and everything. So like for instance, like and that's something that I would need. You know what I'm saying, to really like dive into
Mm.
your stuff. You know what I mean? Because I can't tell if somebody's looking out the window and they see something out in the yard. You know what I mean?
Well, how about
Unless
this?
somebody
I got this
go ahead,
comedy special,
I
and
can get that.
yeah, you can get that because that's jokes. That's what I'm saying. So yeah,
Yeah,
I got the comedy special, the Knockout Kings. I don't know if you are a Patreon supporter or you could just get the links. And you say you can't see though, right?
correct.
How would I send you the link? Because you can't
Okay.
see. How can I send you the
Mm,
link? Matter of fact, I could text it to you. I text
yeah,
you the
you could
link.
say
I text you the link, and yeah, that's all audio, and you'll be good with that. You know,
yeah, most
but yeah,
definitely.
I'm definitely do that for you for the near future with the movies and the TV series. I got you. And what is that called again?
It's called audio description. And
Audio
if I gotta pay
description.
for it, I will pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I ain't the only person that can't see. But
Yeah.
I be feeling so left out, and I'm
I'm
feeling
sorry
so
about that.
mad when people be calling in and be telling me how they be enjoying it and stuff. Don't be sorry. I mean, it is what it is. But you know, being that you said that, I was like,
Yeah,
well, let me
nah.
put him on to
You
this.
know what? I'm glad you put me on because there's probably lot of people that's got their vision impaired, and they would like the content in that version so they can enjoy it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I
All right. Now
appreciate
the
that,
second.
Marissa. Yeah, yeah.
No
Mm.
problem. All right. And so you had did a an interview a while ago with Styles P, right? And how about y'all were talking about Giant Hassan,
Oh
like
yeah, that's
the
that's my
child.
brother.
That
Yeah,
that's my dude. What you mean? You
that's
better ask about me.
that's
Yeah.
that's my brother, Giant. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna definitely ask him
Yeah.
about you. Where you know
Yeah.
Giant from?
He used to date my sister.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so we
Mm,
go way back.
that's what's up.
I
So I'm
still
gonna
talk
definitely ask him about you.
Yeah, I still talk to him to this day. All right, now the last
Mm-hmm.
thing, okay, is about NBA YoungBoy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I listen to all kind of music. I listen to Sade, Otis Redding, and I listen to everything. Okay, the thing is with him, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like everything he put out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I don't know, some other kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But he has like a lot of pain and a lot of trauma and stuff that he done been through. You know what I'm saying? No, he's not no m.reck. No, he's not no Nas. He's not no AZ. You know what I'm saying? But he all right.
I'm
You know
glad you
what I'm
put me in that
saying?
conversation with
Of
Nas and
course.
AZ. Salute. That's what's
Of
up.
course. Did you check out his album he dropped the other day?
I gotta check AZ album out. I did hear something that was fire on there. I'm gonna definitely do that this week.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna definitely do that this week. But Gad, continue
Okay.
on what you were saying.
What I said, that's all I had to say. I
Oh,
mean, he just has like a lot of pain and stuff that he's been through. You know what I'm
and, and,
saying?
and who's that?
Only
What's the name of the artist?
NBA YoungBoy.
Oh, NBA YoungBoy. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
yeah, cause you're like, well, yeah, he's trash. I agree with Joe. You know what I'm saying? But the only hot guy I'm really on to him because like my nephew, you know what I'm saying, was on to him whenever he was 16. You know what I'm saying? He put me on to him. So yeah, I listen to him. Yeah, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? And some songs he be going to go get it. He is it's no different than Mob Deep or the Locks or anybody else. He might go a little bit, to the left a little bit, but he all right.
Okay. I'm gonna
Keep play
try to
drinking.
I'm gonna try to give him another listen on the screen for you.
All right, bet.
I
Well, it
appreciate
was
you,
good.
Marissa.
I appreciate you.
It was great speaking to you once again. And I still want you to tell your story because you got a crazy story. So we gotta put that into motion ASAP, real soon. All
All
right.
right, sounds good. All right, salute, King.
All right. Salute, Queen.
All right,
Peace.
peace.
Shouts to Marissa. Man, her energy is so good, man. For somebody to been through what she been through, she been hit by a train and survived. So we gotta salute her. And her energy, like, man, sweet. Sweet, man. Sweet. Facts. And shouts to her and everybody. You know, if you got your vision impaired, your hearing impaired, and you need me to present the content a certain way, let me know. I'm gonna definitely do the audio description for people like her and herself with the spooky hours. Also, yeah, get that knockout Kings of Comedy that's out right now. Special fire, run it up. The link is in the chat room. A lot of people is loving it, loving Struncho, loving other comedians. A lot of people love Snow. You know what I'm saying? So run it up, man. You want some good laughs? Definitely download this Knockout Kings of Comedy. Get it now while you can, because it will disappear. And when I say disappear, it might be gone in next couple of days or a week. So get it now while you can enjoy it, because it will be gone. Also, tap into that Spooky Hours TV.tv. Get those episodes of Spooky Hours. So on that note, let me call back my man or whoever, it might be a female, 347-300. I'm about to hit them now. 300, I just called you back. I know you called a few times, but there was other people on the line, but the lines is open now. Call me now. I just called you from a 646-397 number. So 347-300. Call me now. Let's get it. But if you're new to the show, you want to call up, this is the perfect time to call up. Or if you somebody that been around and never called up, this is a perfect time to call up. 310-598-2974. This is Spooky Hours. And so far, we got a good show, man. You had Mansa Musa. You had what's the homie name? I think he said L something. I want to believe. I don't want to jack his name. Um, yeah, and we had the homie Jay. You know what I mean? So yeah, we got a good show going on so far. Salute to the Wreck Ma. Appreciate y'all. Salute to anybody that's new to the show. If you're new to the show, hit that like button. Also, put a thumbs up so I can shout you out. G Mob, I see you. Keisha, I see you. Empress Judah, I see you. You know, shouts out to everybody. Tap in. Let's do this, man. Mansa Musa went so hard tonight. I need everybody to put the fire emojis in the chat room real quick. I know you did before, but let's salute that man once again. Let's give that king his crown. Um, Man, he went in tonight, told some incredible stories, 4 back to back. It was real quick, in less than 20 minutes. Man, let's, you know what I mean? We gotta give people their crowns. We gotta give kings and queens their crowns. You know what I mean? I don't really do the flowers things. Flowers is for the dads and flowers for side chicks. You know what I'm saying? You dig? Wow, they going hard in the comments. Shouts to everybody showing that love to Mansa Musa. He gonna appreciate that. Mansa Musa, appreciate you. You was on fire tonight, King. Let's get it. Let's get it, y'all. Call me up. I'm gonna call the last call up again. They showing love. Shouts to Gina Rose in the building as always. Let's get it. Pace.
Yes, sir.
What's happening? You live.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Can you hear me? You live.
Yeah, man.
I tell you what.
Uh-huh.
Listen, I still got your DVDs. How about that?
Which one?
Yeah,
Which one?
the old school Jones.
Okay, okay. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Appreciate that. That's love, man. So you was calling because you had a spooky story or you just was showing love?
yeah. Listen, man. I tell you what. I was rocking with you from back in the day. That's
Thank you.
the truth. Truth.
Thank you,
No,
good
that's the
brother.
truth.
That's love. I appreciate the love.
Yeah, man. That ain't no jive. That ain't real talk.
No doubt.
But I want to tell you a story. Um, you know,
Mm-hmm.
something. It was kind of bogged out for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Brooklyn. I know you Brooklyn.
All day.
Yeah. Hey yo, bro. Mm, I don't know if you remember, um, but uh, we had I don't know what that call it a storm or something like that. Whatever.
Mm.
So I hid in the closet.
You hid
I
in the
hid in the
closet.
closet. Yeah, the peep game. I
Mm.
hid in the closet, right? And I'm in the closet, and I start seeing stuff that belongs to me. I was messing with this chick. She's from Louisiana,
Mm.
and I start seeing stuff that belonged to me. I'm like, yo,
Mm.
what's this? Yeah, I've been wanting to tell you this shit for a while. Hey, heard
Mm.
up. And it's spooky. And yo,
Let me ask
it
you
was
this
chicken.
first.
Yo,
Let me
listen,
Yeah,
it
I
was
got you.
chicken feathers. Yo, B, it was chicken feathers. I'm like, oh, whoa, whoa, hold
Mm.
up, bro. What's this over here, man?
Yeah. No doubt. I appreciate you tapping in with us tonight, man. You
yo,
you
yo,
little saucy,
yo.
right? You little saucy. I could
Listen,
tell.
listen. I had a baby with her.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I was like, yo, I'm me being from Brooklyn. Like, yo, what type of issue is this? I didn't know. I didn't understand
Mm.
this.
No doubt. No doubt.
Hey,
Listen, I appreciate you calling, man. What's your name?
yo, man, pictures. Yo, man,
What they
it
call
was
you?
crazy, man.
All right. I appreciate you, good brother. Salute.
All right, man, yo, stay away from them Cajun women, man.
Okay. I got you. Say less. All right, my
Yeah,
brother.
man.
You be easy out there, man. You ain't driving, right?
Yo, salute to you. And
Salute.
you know what? Yo, bro, I still got your DVDs. I still got them joints, man.
Thank you, bro.
That's
Appreciate you.
fact.
That's love, bro. All right. Yo,
Yeah, man.
be safe out there, man. All right, peace. Your son is saucy. Homie is saucy. He ain't answered one question. I asked him his name. He he ain't even answer that. I asked him a few things. He just wasn't incoherent. Homie was saucy. I was bugged out. But shouts to him. He been a long time supporter, but you know, some people they out here getting sauced up. You know what I mean? And I respect it. And they want to call the show while they sauced up. Some people would never call. I guess some people when they get sauced up, they call the show because they now that liquor it gives you it gives you it gives you like courage. That liquor give people courage. You know what I'm saying? So, but hopefully he all right though. I don't. Homie sound like he was definitely twisted. Like I don't want him on that road. You know what I mean? Hopefully he just. It sounded like because I heard like sirens or something. I heard a few things going on in the backdrop. So hopefully, he on feet. You know what I mean? Somebody said liquid courage. That's hot. That's fire. That's fire. You right. Liquor give you courage. That's I'm gonna have to run with that. Sometimes I say stuff and I like the way you spit it back at me. Q Reezy. That's fire. Liquid courage. That's a drink right there. Oh, that's hard. I might have to run with that. Salute. That's fire. Liquid courage. That shit got a ring to it. That shit got a ring to it. You know what I mean? But shouts to everybody tapped in. Let me see who I can call real quick. Let me see if I can call Peach. We got 300 in the room. And shit, we in the witching hour. You know what I mean? We call your man Wiz. He ain't pick up. He in another dimension. That nigga's been sleep. Wow, I'm gonna wake his ass up. Pound that like button. Yeah, I'm gonna call the deacon just cause. The deacon sleep in the back of the van. Yeah, I try to call Malcolm. He ain't pick up. You know what I'm saying? He probably fell asleep. Probably got to go to work. But let me call Deacon Weasel. Let me get him on the line. There we go. Peace. Yo. Yo, Deacon. Your line sounds spooky. Yo, Deacon. Yo. Peace.
Hey, how you doing?
Joyce, what's happening with you? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I didn't expect you. Well, I guess I woke up at 3 in the a.m. in Indiana. So yeah. So yeah, I must have been meant. I've been wanting to catch a live show. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. It's, and I might be slightly inebriated, even though I just woke up. Yeah, could be.
You woke up drunk. Crazy. I like that. I like that.
I was sipping when I slipped off, and I imagine I woke up still under the influence. How about that?
You woke up drunk. I like that. I like that. Sipping on that.
Okay.
Sipping on that liquid courage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or the inhibitions drop. Yeah,
the inhibitions
that's the purpose.
drop.
But yeah.
Okay. So
I don't worry about as much or concern myself with very little when I'm drinking.
I hear that. So, what was you celebrating?
Life.
Celebrating
every day.
Life. Nice.
It's
a blessing.
Yeah,
Every day is a blessing.
Grateful.
Just being grateful.
It
I like
is.
that. I like that. I like that. I like your energy right now, Joyce. I'm loving your energy. You know?
Well, yeah. I almost got some scary stories, but mine really might not be scary as far as I believe in astral plane, and I've been, having that ability since I was about 8. So yeah, I think I almost
Nice.
got it mastered on getting back to my location
Oh, that's what's up.
after
Now,
my travels. Yeah.
so let's go into one of those stories, if you can.
Uh, well, generally, I have the ability to take off um, from different portions of my home. It's or I go through the attic and the roof, and
Mm.
but coming back, going through the clouds is cold. I shoot up, and then I I guess I hit a point and then come down. I have no idea where I'm going. It used to be hard trying to land, but now it appears that I come landing like I'm in a vehicle, that
Mm.
could be at ground level. I don't just bash to hit the scrape, or hit the ground note. So yeah, I mastered the point of landing, but then when I get to where my location is, I can only see
Mm.
what is going on. I can't affect or change. I'm just watching, just
Got you.
checking. Yeah.
Got you.
So ain't nothing really weird happened in that, except one time I went to this location and it was this really old. I mean, like centuries old person locked in a tower, and I'm like, well, you probably
Mm.
supposed to be there. Yeah,
Wow.
I wasn't gonna try to. I wasn't even thinking about letting that individual loose.
Mm.
So yeah,
Mm.
I figured they right where they needed to be.
Wow.
It wasn't on me
So
to
you
let
saw
them go.
somebody while you was astroplaning,
Astroplaning, yeah,
locked in a
in
tower,
a tower.
and you was
Yeah,
like, nah, you
yeah.
gonna stay up in that
I
tower.
was probably sent to check them out,
Uh.
just to see they still there. I'm sure that whoever, is controlling that know they
Mm.
still there. But yeah, I saw they was locked up in a tower. They wasn't chained or anything, but they wasn't getting out of that room.
Let me say this. Shouts to, I think that was Key to T. Spooky hours during this time right now became saucy hours. That's gonna be part of the show or another show. So I'm liking his saucy hours. Shouts to Key to T. You know what I mean? See, I like when people take what I'm saying and spit it back out, spit it back at me. I love it because I said homie was saucy. So shouts to Key to T. She's an OG supporter. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
and 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 right now, Joyce is saucy talking about astroplaning, but I'm liking where you going with it. You said you left that person chained up in the tower.
They wasn't chained.
Oh,
They
there
was
was a
in the tower.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't try to. I can't really affect. I can see and hear, but I'm not there to try to save or help or stop nobody from doing anything. It's more like I'm just watching, like some of them bluebirds that just report back. But hey, and
So
yeah, I guess yeah. Go ahead.
let me ask you this, not to cut your wisdom.
Okay.
So when you astroplaning, what's some of the craziest stuff you saw?
The other night when I was astroplaning,
Mm-hmm.
I I I had taken a trip in September, so I don't generally go back to places that I've been in travels. But okay, so anyway, I was back at this location, and it was somebody that I work with that was there, um, a female supervisor, and she was. I don't even want to turn around if somebody call my name because
Mm.
I'm not supposed to look back. That ain't for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not just when I'm astral painting in life. Period. Somebody call me, they better come to the front. I'm not turning my back to no anything behind me is that behind me. I ain't with that spirit of looking
Mm.
turning my head. But when she called my name, I glanced around in my peripheral, but I did not turn my head. And then she was in front of me. And she was trying to tell me something, and I'm like, well, what are you doing here? But she was seemed like she was trying to warn me or something, but I was so puzzled and perplexed, but by the fact, why are you here? I didn't really pay attention. I didn't pay it. That was weird to me that somebody I work with would be, and I haven't worked at that job for maybe 7 years. And so then to see this person, it was weird. It was strange, but maybe they gonna come up in the that was astral plating. Maybe I'll see them in the near week or this upcoming week. That's probably how that works out. Yeah, they appear in my dreams. But some people I know, they will appear in my dreams, and I might hear. It's never nothing negative, like they not here with us or nothing like that. But yeah, I live near a bunch of churches in the black community. It's about a church on every corner.
Got you. So let me ask you this, Joyce, not to cut your wisdom. When you astral planing, do you have your clothes on?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I tell you, I'm going through them clouds. Yeah, I'm fully dressed. Yeah, it ain't nothing where I'm out there. That would be like one of them high school or grade school. You know how you have them dreams where you nude in front of everybody? That's some kind of fear. That's based on fear or insecurity, being nude in front of, that's how I perceive that dream, that perception. That's just my opinion though, right? Yeah, that's just my opinion when because I've had to give speeches in front of crowds. I generally talk too fast just to get it over with. Little or no thought off the top. It just comes flowing out, get the gab, I guess. But, I have never had astral planing experience butt naked. No, sir.
Come on.
I ain't even got a cape, but I would have a cape if I was dressing myself,
Oh, I hear that because somebody said you was butt naked while you was doing that in the chat room.
Well, that's their imagination. I never mentioned that, but maybe that's their world. Maybe they fly around butt naked. I'm modest. How about that?
I hear that.
All good. Everybody has their own interpretations and what they grasp from life, because I done raised 3 kids and, I told them all the same thing, but they chose to receive what they needed in their spirit. So,
Got you.
That's just,
I appreciate
that's life,
you.
Everybody.
I appreciate you astral planing to the show tonight.
Yeah, I guess y'all woke me up and brought me back in. So, because I've been missing you. And, I've been seeing the recordings, but I really like this program.
Thank you.
And the last time I spoke, maybe my little feelings was on my sleeve because they was like, oh, she's lit. Yeah, she stay lit. Be keeping that in mind. So, but I'm on the road. And I'm in my house in the seclusion of my home. I am retired, and I can do these things. Anything I get an idea to do, I'm not limited. Nothing can stop me because I'm God's property.
I hear that. Joyce, I'm glad you're in the house. You're safe. And after the show, you can astral plane. Well, are you in the bed or you?
I'm in my bedroom watching your show.
Thank you.
Yeah. One of the bedrooms,
One of the bedrooms. I hear that. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, one of the bedrooms.
Hey, it's I gotta have a lot of room. I got 3 daughters who have kids, and if anything jump off, this is home base, right? How about that?
That's what's up.
Yeah. Everybody can fall in here, and we ain't gonna be on each other's back.
I hear that. Where you stay at? What state?
Indianapolis, home of the Klan.
It's spooky out there. Spooky out there. Oh man.
Yeah, but at least they up front and real, and they'll tell you how they feel. I appreciate that than somebody trying to be two-faced. We know they got a forked tongue, so come on, keep it up. just be as honest as they can be with their mouth moving. So anyway,
I hear that.
That's my own hang up right there. I didn't impart that on my kids. I don't know why, because they heard me say it enough, but they don't believe that meat's greasy. No, that ain't it. They just picked up what they needed in life, and that prejudice wasn't what they needed, I guess. I don't know why. I think it's a protection factor. Wow. But I like people being honest and saying what they feel, and I ain't never had to bite my tongue in no instance, because I'm 10 toes down on what I say and accountable for my own actions.
That's what's up. Listen, so Joyce, on that note, once again, I appreciate you calling the show, and love is love.
Yes, and thank you for giving me the platform to just spit my comments. Thank you, and I do enjoy your show and all the spooky hours and the comedy, everything you flowing out with. It's very entertaining. Thank you.
You're welcome,
sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye, King.
Appreciate that. All right, take
care. No problem.
Peace.
Okay, bye.
Shouts to Joyce, astroplaning everywhere. And she says she don't astroplane naked. And she out here saucy, but she in her house. She's not driving, so we want to salute her for not being saucy on the road. If you saucy and you on the road, get off the road. Don't hurt yourself and nobody else. All right? Let's be safe out here. Pull over, you know what I'm saying, to the rest stop, sleep it off. Shouts to all my truckers. If you're a trucker and you listening to the show, you want to call in because your truckers be having spooky stories. Shouts to all my truckers. Shouts to songs by Alicia, Jose, all the truckers that's tapped in, listen to m.reck TV, spooky hours. Call me up because I want to hear from my truckers, man. I want to hear those spooky trucker stories. You know what I'm saying? While y'all be on the road. I want to hear a Large Marge story. Somebody, matter of fact, it was a trucker or two that told me stories similar to Large Marge. You know what I'm saying? Call me up. That I ain't gonna front. That Pee Wee Herman with the Large Marge story, crazy. That movie was crazy. That was fire. Rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Shouts to G-Mob, Spooky Network, run it up. It's a fact. Spooky Hours TV is the network. We got the app dropping any day. Spooky Hours TV. Yeah, that Large Marge was fire. Yeah, I might have to watch that. Said, yeah, been scaring me since I was a child. Wow. Let's get to it, y'all. This is Spooky Hours. Call me up with a spooky story. We coming close to the end. We did it again, y'all. We pulled it off. We could will anything. You could will anything to happen, man. I'm just showing y'all you can manifest anything with willpower. And once again, we here. Play this Knockout Kings of Comedy too. Play the trailer. It's out, and you can run it up. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me play the trailer. I gotta find the clean one. Hold on, my bad. Play the trailer. Put the links in the chat room. A lot of people been hitting me, loving the joint. Shouts to Keisha. Keisha, you said you watched it 4 times, I believe, right? Where Keisha at? She said she watched it 4 times. Gina Rose is in the building. She loved the show. She was in the building. So if you was either in the building or you watched the joint, I know Jose copped it too. Shouts to Jose. I see his name. If you watched the joint, you enjoyed it, hit me up. Leave a fire emojis. If you was in the building for the Knockout Kings of Comedy or you watched it, put it in the chat room with the fire emojis. Peace.
Peace, right?
What's going on, fam? State your name. Where you calling from?
I'd rather not state my name. State my name, right? Yo, this is you know me, bro.
Okay. Got you. Who this, P?
Yeah, this is P, bro.
Okay, say less. Say less.
So to all
do me a favor, P. Take me on speaker so we can hear you real crispy.
All right. Okay. Is that better?
Much better. 100% better.
Sorry about that.
Nah, you good.
But yeah, bro. But bro, you know what's funny? I just want to say this real quick. People never know who's watching. So for anyone that's doing YouTube, you never know who's watching or listening. But Rec, I've been listening before. Well, we met a while ago in a meeting, but nothing ever came up out of it. But now it's a different story.
Correct.
But people, man, they gotta know, like, wherever there's smoke, there's fire. And I have a story to tell. A lot of folks know me. And I grew up with a lot of people who became famous up in Mount Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm from Brooklyn. My family's from Brooklyn. We moved up to the Vernon back in 1982. So I happened to be growing up at that time with Heavy D and the boys, Albie Shore, Pete Rock, CL Smooth, and the list keeps going. Industry people who were behind the scenes, a lot of them came from Mount Vernon. A lot of producers who had mega hits in the industry. Like, everybody was on top. And of course, there was Puff, who was also there. Forget that Harlem shit. Yeah, we know he's from Harlem, but as a baby, like, the story everybody knows, like, his moms moved him up to Mount Vernon after his father was killed. Right. So I'm growing up with all these cats. We live in blocks from each other. You know what I'm saying? We all going to school together. Mm-hmm. So Hev, God bless the dead, he was the one that put everybody on.
Heavy D.
He was the one, yes. He was the one that got his deal, of course, and he got on. And so Hev believed in putting all his people on, giving that street nigga who went to prison, he come home, giving him a job. That was Hev. Hev showed love. Niggas in the industry know when it came to the cookouts we had in Mount Vernon that Hev had nothing but love cookouts. If you heard about it or if you knew you was there, then you know what it was. You know what I'm saying? There used to be at Wilson Woods Park in Mount Vernon every summer. Hev showed love to everybody. He put a lot of people on. There's a lot of people in the industry who people know who are famous wouldn't have careers if it wasn't for Hev. Like Mary J. Blige, that's an extension from Hev because of Jeff Redd, who was a singer for Uptown. Everybody knows Jeff was the one who put Mary on, of course, through Andre over at Uptown. But that's because of Hev, though. Everything starts because of Hev. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of other people. Plenty of other people. But we're going to fast forward to Puff because there's a lot of things that Hev did for that man that, of course, the outside world wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And there was, from what we were shown, meaning those who were friends, everybody around, was that, of course, Puff respected Hev, because of all that Hev did for him. So 3 months up until Hev died, Hev was trying to contact Puff. And Puff wouldn't accept his calls. Wow. That's a fact. Everybody who was at the wake and at the funeral, let me tell y'all something about Puff, man. When it comes to Mount Vernon, Puff was ostracized from Mount Vernon because he shitted on, excuse my language, he shitted on Mount Vernon. He shitted on the dudes. He shitted on the dudes who had his back, who have had around him when he was putting this nigga on. Okay, he asked over everybody. So the Wolves and everybody else was like, no, you can't come back. You can't come back home. So when Hev died, his funeral was paid by Puff. Okay, but the one stipulation that Puff had with the city of Mount Vernon when it came to the police was that, yo, nobody, meaning regular niggas, the niggas that he knew was his enemies from home, nobody could get anywhere near them or anywhere else, bro. Like, yo, there were barricades, yo, going through the concessions out there. If you were out there, anybody who's listening, if you were there, you know what I'm saying is true. You know, like, yo, everything was barricaded. It was crazy. But Puff made sure that nobody could get to him. Right? Yo, this has been going on for a long time, bro. But 3 months up until have, passed away, Puff would not speak to him, right? So we're going to get to another person. Remember this number 3 just keeps going with him. Then with Kim Porter, if nobody heard that her casket was ordered 3 months before she died, bro.
Hold on. That's spooky as hell. Spooky!
Okay.
Say that again.
Okay.
Say that again.
Okay. Kim Porter's casket, all right, which was ordered and paid for by Puff. That's a fact. That it was ordered 3 months before her death. That's a fact.
Wow.
You can look that shit up. You can find that shit. That's the facts.
Yeah, somebody in the chat room just put, I heard that.
Yeah, it's true. So it's true, man. It's true. And then we want to get to Andre Harrell. See, it's funny how they love to gloss over things, when certain things occur. But it's for reasons of what they're doing on that side. But with Andre, like, yo, found alone, just like all of them. Matter of fact, the other two found alone, and they had these things where there was something wrong supposedly with the heart, but then it's natural, supposedly. What is really natural death? What the hell is that? What the hell is natural death, bro? Ain't nothing natural about death. Something's gonna cause it. That's not natural. I hate these labels and shit that they do. But all 3 of them, bro, and others too, like, yo, we all know, let's go back to City College, my nigga. Yo, I was there. I was one of the many from home, from Mount Vernon, who was there, of course. You know what I'm saying? And Gene did, yo, it's another thing. Gene, like, yo, Gene been telling the truth to y'all for a long time, man. Real talk.
Yeah.
If you was around this niggas, you around everything, and you know niggas, you know. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just everybody else now is finding this stuff out and have to catch up. Niggas, we've been living this shit. Like, we know what it is.
So let me go back a little bit. So when Heavy D was calling Puff for 3 months, what was he calling him for? He was just trying to get.
Have needed some help, bro. Have needed some help, and Puff was not picking up the phone for him. You know what I'm saying? And that was found out through Damien B.O. That was Hav's right hand. Okay, Damian Bloden, who was with Hav everywhere. Like, everywhere. D.O., you can see D.O. on Instagram. And D.O. at the funeral, like, all of us was outside. It was all our friends, everybody we grew up together. And we was talking, and then he said, yo, he was so pissed. Because he always kept it real when it came to Puff. Because Puff was always doing shady shit, bro, when it came to his own supposedly friends he came up with. So he was telling us, he's the one that let us know. Because Hav was telling him, complaining to him about it. Okay? And he was just like, yo, I hate this nigga. I'm just saying, what do you say? That's my dude. Like, he ain't gonna hold his tongue. It is what it is, man.
So let me say this though. Do you know exactly why Hav was calling him? Was it for
Hav needed a little help financially?
Okay.
Okay. He wanted to do some things. And he figured he called his man. Yo, this is the nigga who always, when Puff had issues or whatever, he would call Hav.
Wow.
And Hav was giving the advice. People gotta remember, Hav, of course, was first. But see, people didn't know the dynamics up in Mount Vernon. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the politics of everything. But nobody not even Puff, bro, didn't expect for him to be Diddy later. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, right, upon my life, upon my granddaughter's life, yo, We used to go to Iona College up in New Rochelle on the weekends on Saturday nights to do a party. To go and hang out. Groovy Lou, who everybody know, do styling. Lou, that's another nigga from home. A matter of fact, we're gonna keep it a buck here too, because you got to give Lou his props, his flowers. Lou and everybody know, Puff got everything style, everything came from Lou. Lou was the one on fashion back in the 80s. We all in school, bro. Yo, I'm gonna take it back. Yo, my G, just real quick. Lou and all of us, a group of friends of us. Matter of fact, George Waller, who went to school with us, he was the one that called Puff Puff originally. Because when Puff started coming around, he wanted to hang around. George used to ask, yo, who is this puffy lip nigga? And that's how the name Puffy stuck. And that's when niggas started calling him Puffy from that point. If you was there, you know. That's just real talk. See, yo, another thing is this. Nobody expected that shit. Nobody saw that shit coming with Puff. Because Puff did not know. But yo, we used to go to Iona College on Saturday nights and go to parties. And we used to dance and do all that shit. Like, we was about all that back then. You know what I'm saying? And so, Puff got a lot of things from Lou. He got a lot of things from Groovy Lou. Niggas know that name. Niggas know that name. That's my dude. Been my dude since high school. You know what I'm saying? Nothing changed. And so, Puff, he just shitted on a lot of people, bro. You got to keep it real. See, nobody want to say anything after Puff became this big behemoth of a person because everybody was scared of being shitted on by him or being ostracized with him, whatever. So that's why nobody has really said anything for all these years. Those who really know shit, who go back with it and can really tell the truth. Because if you was there, you know. And you lived it, you know. There ain't no way getting around it. You know, and but this brother, yo, one night we were just coming home from Iona College, Saturday night, and it just happened to be me left. And I guess the universe wanted me to hear and remember this moment from him. And so Puff used to have the cabriolet back then. It was the maroon. Everybody knew he saw him. He used to drive it to the white top. Used to bring it down. He used to have the cabriolet joint. So I'm the last one being dropped off. So he's telling me that night. He's like, yo, cause we talking about Hev, because Hev is on fire. He just came out. Everybody's loving it. So he's like, yo, I want to be in the game. I want to be in the industry. He's like, but he said, but the only thing is, I don't know what I want to do. And I remember just turning, because he's driving, so I'm turning to my left, and I just looked at him at that moment, because it was like the look on his face as he's driving, it was like he was looking towards it, whatever he was seeing, bro. But he didn't know how he was going to get there. But he knew he had to get to Hev, because this was the way for him to find his way. That nigga did not know what he wanted to do until later. He didn't see it until later. Really see it.
Wow.
You know? Just telling the truth.
No doubt.
Just facts.
This
facts.
Not to cut you off, Pete. This is what I want to do. I want to definitely get you on the platform, really telling this story. You know what I mean? We figure it out. You know what I mean? How we got to do it. But because, you know, we at that mark, you know, we at the 2-hour mark, and that information you gave is golden. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I want you to tell this, you know, we work it out. You know what I mean? We'll speak behind the scenes and we'll do it right. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you tapping in on Spooky Hours, because that's definitely spooky. You said Kim Porter casket was bought 3 months before, premeditated murder. Literally.
Yeah, my G. Wow. The facts are facts. People know that. People got to stop acting like that's not true. That's
crazy.
True.
That's crazy.
Because otherwise, why would it be out there?
Spooky. Yeah,
there's a lot of other spooky shit.
Yeah, nah,
so,
we gonna get to that, yo, P. But I appreciate you tapping in, good brother. All right.
All right, bro. You know we're gonna speak soon, man.
You already know. Peace. Bye-bye. Shouts to the homie P tapping in, dropping them nuggets, them gems. Yeah, man. This concludes Spooky Hours. We got another one, episode 115. 115 episode. You know what I mean? We you know, We keeping it moving, y'all. Love is love. Knockout Kings of Comedy is out now. Run it up while you still can. The link is in the chat room. I'm gonna put it in the description. But it will disappear. Shouts to everybody who got it, everybody who got that patreon.com/mrecktv where you can watch the special Spooky Hours TV series, the Earth Old Bills, everything, all the movies. Go get that go to Spooky Hours TV, but go lock into that patreon.com if you want everything in one shot. But I appreciate y'all. Salute to the Rec Mob. I'm gonna run the trailer for the Knockout Kings of Comedy for people who ain't see it. And here go the link right here. It's on the screens in the chat room. I'm gonna put that in the description too, so y'all can get that after the show or whatever. And before y'all leave, I need y'all to leave comments in the regular section, not just in the live chat. In the regular section on the YouTube, you go to my YouTube, go to the live link, and then you find this video and leave comments. Appreciate y'all, man. Salute to the Rec Mob. Thank you for tapping in. Another successful Spooky Hours episode 115 is concluded. It's in the books. Shouts to everybody always tapping in. Keita T, Keisha, Empress Judah, everybody, Jose, R. Hill, everybody, Gina Rose, Travis Lawrence. I see everybody tapping in. Shouts to Massive Musa. Killed it tonight. Incredible. 4 stories back to back. Everybody who called in with a dope story. You know, Lord Gaming, I see you. And on that note, double deuces and bubble gooses. You heard? Let's go into this Knockout Kings of Comedy trailer. Let me try to pull it up in one of these videos I dropped this week. I think it was the oh yeah, go get that Gene Deal. Tap into that Gene Deal exclusive interview I did with him and Babs Friday. So it's on the channel, all right? Hold on one second. Let me I gotta go here 1 second, y'all. I got y'all. We're gonna run this trailer for the Knockout Kings of Comedy. But leave the comments and let me know how you feel about the show tonight. All right. So on that note, let's get to it, y'all. All right, I got it. Bear with me. Leave comments in the regular section, not just in the live chat, in the regular section. You know what I mean? So let's get it. We're gonna run this trailer to this Knockout Kings of Comedy. The link is in the chat room. The link is in the description. Let's get it, y'all. Salute to the Rec Mob. Salute to my partner Rip m.reck presents. Subscribe to that Forgotten Kings TV 2.0. Shouts to Scruncho. Shouts to Scruncho. Shouts to Reggie Carroll and all the comedians. All right? It's a part of the special. We're making history, y'all. Let's get it. Hold on. I'm about to run it now. Boom, boom. Boom. Here we go. Let's go.
All right, we the Knockout Kings of Comedy. This your boy, Reggie Curl, you know what I'm saying? This is my cousin, Stroncho, you know what I'm saying? We coming by.
No, I know me, old fucking lambskin condoms.
I don't even want my man to eat my because I eat meat from Aldi's. The fuck wrong with you? Aldi's, you should eat this. We don't know what the fuck that meat is. No! For real, I heard a nigga get to prison. That's not the part about it. The part about it is he had the audacity to ask me why I ain't helping my shit ain't no point of both of us get.
I step up, look him right in his eyes. He go to pat me down. Pop, 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 pop. $20, homeboy. I'm like, no sir.
First of all, can I ask y'all a personal question? Is this microphone really necessary at this point? punchline, punchline, punchline. You know how we carry. Give me some.
Yeah, y'all. Y'all gotta see the special. The trailer is cool, but it ain't nothing like watching that whole joint. Hold on, let me take this off the screen. It's nothing like watching that whole special. Trust me, you're gonna be in stitches. You know what I mean? Scruncho from the How High movie. What's so crazy? They just put the How High movie on Tubi. I believe it was today. Scruncho's in the How High movie. So the universe is lining up. You know what I mean? This a hit Tubi. I don't know how soon, but it'll be on Tubi and everything else. You know what I mean? So yeah, get it now though, because it's gonna take time for it to be on Tubi. But you go watch the homie Scruncho as the assistant pimp on Tubi in the How High movie with Red and Meth. Shouts to Red, it's my brother. Shouts to Meth. Shouts to Scruncho, that's my brother. Yeah, Scruncho is, he was in his bag. Facts, Empress Judah. Crazy. Like that's what I'm saying. You got to see the special to really understand. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I didn't want to give stuff away in the trailer. Facts. Shouts to Keisha. Scruncho's funny as a motherfucker. Shouts to Empress Judah, Keisha, Gina Rose. Yeah, man, it's special. It's one-on-one. It's special. Gina Rose is in the building. She was in the building. She felt that energy in the building. Let them know, Gina, how that energy was and how them laughs. People was cracking up. Scruncho, and the place was packed. Parking lot packed. So we about to do another event too. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot going on. Lock in with this m.reck and rip brand. Follow the m.reck and subscribe to the m.reck and rip brand on YouTube and get this special, y'all. This is a collector's edition. Link is in the chat room. And on that note, double deuces and bubble gooses. Assistant pimp to powder. Yeah. Let's get it, y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Another successful night. Spooky Hours, episode 115. Crazy. Also, definitely tap into that Spooky Hours TV.tv. On that note, I'm gone, y'all. Double deuces and bubble gooses. Thank you. Shouts to my whole team, SJ, everybody. China Black. Shouts to KB, Clark. Peace to the Earth, Mina. Shouts to the homie to live. Yeah, let's get it, y'all. Heavy Gems coming back soon as well. I'm off this, y'all. Y'all have a great night. Leave those comments though. I need everybody close to 300 in the room. Leave those comments in the regular comment section. Let me know how you feel about the show. Do that right now. All right. On that note, appreciate y'all. I'm running numbers up on that. The Knockout Kings of Comedy. The link is in the description. I'm gone. Love y'all. Peace. I'm trying to find my damn outro. Damn, what the hell is going on? All right.